Hi everyone, I am back with another video. I am taking advantage of my daughter napping. This is becoming a more regular thing, but I'm still a bit scarred from the past year where she wouldn't nap and I had to do everything in a rush while she was asleep. But that's for another vlog, maybe. What I want to talk to you now is about being willing to stand on your own. Um, and this is coming from me in the context of hair and also I guess lifestyle slash um, passion. Yeah. Um, so a comment that a friend made recently made me think of how other friends and people have made comments about the fact that I studied environment and sustainability and am, I guess you could say, an environmentalist, although it's kind of weird to label myself that yet. I'm not sure, maybe I should embrace it. But anyway, I do care and advocate for, um, preserving, protecting, replenishing the planet that we live on. I do advocate for conserving water, using gray water, recycling. For my baby shower, I actually had a eco-friendly baby shower, so I got people to use anything but wrapping paper to bring gifts in, and it was kind of fun. You should have seen, actually, one of the people she made a bag. Like, I was okay with people buying bags because I keep them and reuse them, but she actually took strips of newspaper and made a bag, so that was pretty amazing. um, so in being that and trying to promote that, I've had people, and it's always like people close to you, say things like, they'll be washing the dishes and letting the water run. They'll be like, "Oh, let me turn this off. I know you're an environmentalist, and you don't like wasting water." And on one hand, I'm like, okay, great. Like I'm making you conscious of that. But on the other hand, it's kind of interesting the way in which those comments are made. It's in a, I'm doing this not because it actually matters, but because you care, and let me just humor you, or do this so that you won't get mad. And it kind of, that's a bit disappointing and just strange because people behave as if that, I don't know what to call it. It's more than an interest. So, but this, I guess I'm just gonna say concern, slash lifestyle is just for me. Um, and it's, yeah, and it's really not. It's for the everybody. It's for my family. It is for me. It's for my family. It's for my community. I don't. There have been droughts. There's water shortages, and I've seen the impacts of having, like, to have bottled water and plastic water, and the impacts of, like, people on the environment and people throwing that stuff away. It is a real thing. And so yeah, it's just funny because it's not just for me, but people will say things to you as if you're an oddball. Do you know what I mean? Like, as if you're weird, or you're just like, "Ugh, let's just, like, she's saving the planet, so let's just let her do that, and we'll do our real thing on the side." And the same goes, like, if they're recycling or not recycling, or anything within that realm of practice. I just find that it's a weird scenario, and that, I guess, it shows me that people don't really get it. Like, if you think I just like to recycle because it's fun, or because I think it makes a difference, but it doesn't actually. I know that's another big thing too. Well, then yeah, that's kind of, it's unfortunate, but in the moment, I'm not quite sure how to respond. So it is something that I want to learn how to respond to better, so that we can have a conversation. Because partially I'm always like, what? Like, why? Okay. I usually just, like, brush it off, but I would like to be able to have conversations around those things. Like, well, it's not just because I prefer it. Here's why it's important. But I want to have that conversation without it being like this whole, like, I don't know, like, spiel, that, eye rolling spiel. Um, yeah. But in that situation, it's a time where you have to be confident in what you believe in and what you want to do in your household or in other environments, because people may not take you seriously. Um, the same thing is, I've experienced the same thing with respect to having natural hair. I decided to wear my hair natural and start relaxing back in university, which was several years ago. And I had commentary again from friends and acquaintances, like I'd have my hair in a poof, and it already took a lot of courage for me to do it because nobody around me was wearing their hair natural, like, and it just wasn't, and it wasn't seen as professional or nice or cool or whatever. And I had comments like, "So what are you gonna do with your hair?" And this is from people with like broken perms, okay? And I'm just like, in those cases, I've been a bit more confident. Like, I've been able to be more vocal and just like, there's nothing. Like, my hair is done. What do you mean? What am I going to do with my hair? You know, I've been able to confront it a bit more, but it just still feels like, why? Like, how? It just reminds you how ingrained certain beliefs are about our hair, that it's better to have a like raggedy weave or a broken perm. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with having weave, but just let it look good. You know what I mean? Or having a perm, well, having perm actually has damaging effects. But if you want to do that, do that. But don't come at me with my hair healthy and looking neat. It might not be straight, but it's still neat. And say, what am I going to do with my hair? Um, and yeah, those are some of the things that I had to go through in being natural. And again, you have to be able to stand alone. Um, there are times when I decided to grow locks that my mom was like, had comments. There's so many times like just comments about, oh my goodness, the beginning is so difficult and the beginning is rough and you need to twist your hair and you just have to push through. And if it's something you want to do and it's something you believe in and actually think looks beautiful on you, you have to go for it regardless of whether people are with you or not. And especially those who you call friends and family, if they're with you or not, you have to decide that you are going to go through with it. So it could be with respect to hair, it could be respect to your diet. Maybe you're a vegetarian or vegan and people are like, you don't eat meat. Like, just, are you going to stick with it or are you going to abandon it? So I want to give you encouragement to stick with what you're about. Be what you're about. Um, yeah, and just eventually you'll find family, you'll find friends who support you, and you'll find a community, people who support you. I mean, now tons of people are, and their cats are going natural, and it's and I'm glad I got started early. Uh, so yeah, stick with it, what you're doing. If you're an environmentalist, um, it is not a space commonly occupied by people who look like me. But I'm here, and sometimes I feel alone, and sometimes I feel like, why are you talking about this? There's other important things, but it's just always been something that matters to me and is interesting to me and exciting to me. So I still pursue it. I still am interested. I read articles anytime I can about what's going on, and yeah, I'm gonna do me. So again, as always, if you have a related experience, let me know in the comments. Thank you so much for watching, and don't be afraid to stand alone. Peace.